Hey guys, Acid Little here. I was at work today, and one of my coworkers decided that she wanted to start this 10-week fitness challenge at work. Not saying I'm in tip top shape, but I'm in pretty decent shape. But it got me thinking of like a 10-week or like a month or a 12-month prepper challenge to get yourself into prepper shape, if you will. Um, Not talking about physical fitness, although that is by far one of the most overlooked and important preps you can possibly do. You should be investing in yourself more than you're investing in other items. And so that kind of got me thinking, um, if I had to survive on my own, or if things got bad and whatever, what kind of skills do I possess? And I realized that I possess very few skills. So I told myself, with this 10-week physical fitness challenge, that I'm going to try and do every month, do a prepper challenge for myself. You know, um, Becoming more of a self-sustaining person, if you will. So first thing, I got a list of them here, just a little list of things that I'm challenging you guys to do as well. You know, Build your mind, and because once it's up here, you can't take that away. If you have guns, people can take your guns away from you, but if you have the knowledge in your head, they can't take that from you. So my list, and I just came up with this real quick, was like sewing. It's pretty basic, but I have no freaking clue how to do it. So that's something I'm going to try and take a month to learn how to do. I've got some pants with holes in them and some old pants that I don't wear that I'm going to cut up, and I'm going to learn how to sew. Um, Camping out of your bug out bag. I know a lot of us have bug out bags, but knowing how to effectively use your stuff in them is a different story. So if you've got your bug out bag and you just have it and you have all your stuff in it, I challenge you to go camping with some friends, but you yourself only live out of your backpack, what you can take with you, and see if you can do it for a couple nights and how miserable or how easy it is for you. Starting a fire without a lighter, and maybe without even a fire steel. Get on YouTube. I know there's lots of videos of how to do friction fires and pistons and stuff like that. So that's a challenge you could do. Um, get a book for your local wildlife. Find out what plants are edible, what plants are not edible. Find out which plants have medicinal purposes and all that kind of crap. You'd be surprised at what nature can provide you. And like I said, all of this stuff is stuff that I need to learn how to do too. So I know nothing about literally all of it. Gardening, never gardened. I've lived in apartments. I haven't had a really place to garden, so that's something you could learn. Marksmanship and hunting. I have never been hunting. I've been shooting, but that's completely different than hunting. So this summer, I think I'm going to try and get my hunter certificate and a shotgun, and hopefully this fall, maybe go out with a buddy that I know likes to go deer hunting, and see if maybe I can get a deer. Or maybe I will freak out and be like, oh, there's so much blood. Hopefully not that, though. But you never know. Shelter building. Again, it kind of goes with wilderness, bushcraft stuff. But, building a shelter is life and death in some situations. Take a month to learn about solar power and how it works and how you could set one up if you ever get the money and the means to do it. Self-sustaining energy is beautiful. The only way to put it. Reloading. If you don't know how to reload, I don't know how to reload, and you can actually find stuff for reloading. I know right now with the whole assault weapons ban, which is not dead, but that's a different video in itself. But yeah, reloading. If you can learn how to reload, then you can effectively extend the box of one ammo, or you can extend the life of one box of ammo a few times. So learn how to raise chickens. Pretty simple, but if you do some research and decide you want to raise some chickens, then you can get chicken meat, you can get eggs from them. Once again, providing yourself with your own food, so you're not relying on the grocery store all the time. Plus, it'll probably end up saving you money in the long run. Learn how to do suturing, like medical emergencies. You know, see if you have any friends. I have a guy I know who was an EMT for a while, so I'm sure I could ask him for tips on what he did when he was an EMT. But, you know, learning how to correctly treat and dress a wound that's a great skill to have. Sharpening knives. If you don't know how to sharpen a knife, you can fuck one up royally bad by not sharpening it the right way. It is a skill. It is kind of an art. I keep looking over here because my TV's on, but on mute. So if you're wondering why I always look up and blah, 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 it's because I'm watching TV, man. Leave me alone. Another thing I had on there was gunsmithing. Obviously, you want to, if you're going to do any kind of gunsmithing, you want to do it right and you want to do it safely. And not just, jerry rig and, F up some guns or make them potentially unsafe. But, that kind of stuff could be invaluable, if shit hit the fan ever, or, in an economic collapse. Let's say you know how to gunsmith. You could maybe make a living off of, gunsmithing random people's shotguns because, if the economy collapsed and people have to start hunting more, then they're going to be breaking down guns. They're going to be, things break down, happens. So any way that you can help others and help yourself survive without, the constraints of living in a city or something like that would be beneficial. Oh, excuse me. I had freaking grilled cheese sandwich and a giant bowl of potato, bacon, cheddar soup. Oh, so good. My mom makes the best bag soup of all time. So, yeah. Those are just some things that I think would be very handy to know how to do. A lot of these you could probably get books at your public library and check them out and, learn about your wildlife, or, go to secondhand bookstores and see if you can find medical books or, I don't know, reloading books. Learn how to do aquaponics. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a self-sustaining system that produces food and fish and blah, blah, blah. You can look that up on YouTube as well. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not a part of it. But yeah, so along with being physically fit, you want to be mentally prepared and mentally fit. So that's where I think I'm going to end this video. And yeah, if you guys have any extra challenges to add, make a video response, or, just comment down, skills that are, essential, or just, skills that'll take you further than just knowing how to type on a keyboard. Because that's right now, it's a great skill if you know how to use a computer. But overall, it's pretty much a worthless skill in the grand scheme of things. You're not going to be able to survive by pecking on a keyboard your whole life if things got bad. So, anyways, that's pretty much all I got. And yeah, I'm going to end this video. So, thanks for watching, guys.